Good morning, basketball fans, and welcome to Rocket Gym on the campus of Robinson High School. Good morning, basketball fans. Welcome to Rocket Gym on the campus of Robinson High School. Today's TAP 3A boys basketball state semifinal game. Today, one of these two teams will advance to the TAP 3A state championship game tomorrow. Will it be the Bulldogs of Yavneh Academy or the Knights of Midland Classical Academy? This contest is governed by the Texas Association of Private Program Schools. Schools involved in today's contest and taps promote good sportsmanship among student athletes, coaches, and spectators. During today's game, we ask all fans to please conduct themselves in a courteous, responsible, and positive manner. And here's important to participants and the officials on the court. Today's officials were agreed upon by both schools, and their rules should be respected by all. Use of profanity, racial or sexual comments.
Good afternoon. I guess it's still morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Final Four here at Rocket Gym on the campus of Robinson High School. We are moments away from the TAPS 3A state semifinal game between the Yavneh Academy of Dallas and Midland Classical Academy. The winner will advance to the state championship game played tomorrow. My name is Gabriel Duarte, and with me is Earl Garland, a career varsity basketball coach of 34 years and winner of 5 state championships. And we'll be bringing you all the action here today from Robinson. Coach, what are your initial thoughts about today's game?
Well, first of all, looking at their points scored average coming to this game, Midland Classical averaged 60 points a game and allowed 35. And Yavneh averaged 72 points and allowed 53. So I don't know if it's going to be a defensive battle or an offensive battle, but I think it's going to be a really, really good game. Just watching the two teams warm up, there's some really good shooters out there, good touch. I like Yavneh's work there in their pregame with some of their closeouts to the ball carrier or the ball handler and so forth. So it's fun watching them. Another thought about the lineups. Yavneh starts 3 seniors, 1 junior, and a sophomore. And Midland Classical starts 2 juniors, 2 sophomores, and 1 senior. So Yavneh is the more experienced team of the two, and that may play into the outcome of the game, the way the game goes. So I think it's going to be a great game, Gabe, and I'm looking forward to working with it with you to bring it to our TAPS fans.
This is a rematch of last year's state semifinal, which the Knights of Midland Classical won by a score of 57-51. Yavneh is returning 4 starters from that lineup, whereas Court Miller on the other side is the only returner for Midland Classical. So no doubt there's some tension between these two teams given the very recent history. It should be a really exciting game.
Yeah, Gabe, Midland Classical was the state runner-up last year, losing to Kerrville Our Lady 50-47, a very close game. So like you said, I think both teams want this really badly. We'll see who can come through.
We're here in Robinson, just south of Waco on Highway 77, right in the middle of a thrilling weekend of high school basketball, not only here in Robinson, but also at nearby University High School and West High School, where TAPS TV and TAPS Radio will be bringing you all the semifinal and state championship action for boys and girls teams throughout this weekend. Coach, why don't you run us through the starting lineups for both teams?
All right, very well. For Yavneh, starting as a senior, Jonah Ebner. And then senior Tyler Winton. Junior Jason Prager. Sophomore Benjamin Rayo. And senior Mason Schwaber. And then for Midland Classical, Court Miller, sophomore. And Luke Elliott, sophomore. Junior Gabriel Beatty, junior Andrew Littleton, and the lone senior Caden Corzine. That's a starting lineup for Midland.
Midland Classical, the number 1 team out of District 1, overall record of 24-7 and 9-1 in the district. Yavneh Academy of Dallas, also district winners out of District 2, a 29-3 overall record and an impressive 12-0 in the district for the Bulldogs.
And by the way, the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches has Midland Classical ranked at number 3 and Yavneh number 1 in 3A.
So everything is set for a terrific matchup. Their opponent awaits them. That's Rose Hill Christian School out of Tomball, who won just a few moments ago. And we're going to send it down to the public address announcer for official welcome introductions here at Robinson, playing of our national anthem and our invocation. We will be with you in just a moment.
And the Midland Classical Knights. Before we introduce today's teams, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you please stand as for our invocation and remain standing for our national anthem. Voicing today's invocation is Midland Classical student Casey Miller. Miss Miller.
Dear Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for both of these teams and the hard work they put in to get here, Lord. I pray that we'll protect both of them and that you'll prevent them from injury, Lord. I pray that we'll play to the best of their abilities and that they'll just leave it all in the court and remember who they're doing it for, Father God. We thank you for this opportunity and just the ability to come out here and play a game that we love. We thank you and we love you. Amen.
And now, to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And we are ready to go in the 3A state semifinal. A trip to the state championship on the line. It will be played tomorrow. Yavneh Academy of Dallas wearing black with red numbers and shoulders. They are the Bulldogs. Midland Classical Academy, they are the Knights, wearing the white jerseys with black and gold trim. And we're ready to go.
I was talking to Coach Miller the other day. I said, Coach, you got any insights for the game? He said, we're just going to go down and have a lot of fun.
That's a good way to start it, right?
I guess so.
Number 25, Andrew Littleton squaring off with number 41, Mason Schwaber for the tip-off. Classical comes away with it, and they'll see what they can do with their first possession. Looking to go inside of the paint, trying to get the ball to number 3, Court Miller, and is not successful. Disrupted by the Bulldogs. And here they come, setting up their offense. Jonah Eber with the ball, directing traffic and taking his time to set up the offense. Now it goes to number 5, Jason Prager, and back to Eber. Working around the perimeter, looking now inside towards the paint, and taking that one up was number 1, Jonah Eber, and he connects for the first points of this game.
Eber scores on the old-fashioned flex cut on the baseline off the screen there. Nice pass into him and nice finish. Both teams look to be playing man-to-man, so this should be a fun. I like man-to-man a lot. That would be my primary defense. When I coached,
Gabriel Beatty with the throw-in, no foul. And now eventually finding the ball was Beatty once again. He'll miss on that jump shot, and it's deflected out of bounds by the Bulldogs, so Classical retains possession. This is number 3, Court Miller with the throw-in. Now it's going around the perimeter. That's Beatty. He'll dish it off, and now eventually to Miller at the top of the key. With the man on him, he'll pull back and survey the floor.
Yavneh in a 2-3 zone now. Like that trap in the corner.
Close range shot by Caden Corzine misses. And now it goes over to the Bulldogs. There's a number 12 out there for Classical. I don't have a 12 on my roster, so we'll try and sort that out for you here shortly.
Neither do I.
Yep. That must be Luke Elliott's. Not wearing 5 but 12 if these are the starters here.
That's a good guess. Best we can do.
Approaching 6 minutes here in the opening period. This is Miller driving. He'll stop and pop and drop it. Number 3, Court Miller, with a nice basket there.
Looks like Yavneh is doing their defenses based on make or miss baskets, because that time they were in the man-to-man. We'll see how that pattern continues.
Nice pass. That was number 41, Schwaber.
I like getting the ball in the post like that, and the post man having good court vision and seeing that backside teammate be wide open.
Tyler Winton put that home after the feed from number 41, Schwaber. Here come the Bulldogs.
Midland sticking with that man-to-man.
Prager to the right wing. Now it's going inside back to number 1. That was a miss by Eber, but the putback is there.
Yeah, Midland tried to do a hedge and trap there, and it didn't work out very well. The postman rolled very nicely to the bucket and got that easy second chance. Hedge and trap is the man, whoever's man is screening, hedges out on the ball handler, and it didn't work out very well for him that time.
Miller stops and shoots, misses, gets his own rebound in traffic, puts it up again, and he completes it. Court Miller with another nice shot. 4-6, early moments of the game. Tyler Winton. Out to Rael, and now in the hands of the big Schwaber. Right wing, three-pointer off the mark. That was Winton with the attempt and a whistle away from the ball.
He had a good look, but I think he went and rushed his shot just a little bit.
So Prager will inbound for the Bulldogs.
Oh, boy, they're playing man-to-man on the baseline. That's dangerous. They had the post man. They missed him.
This is Winton. Back to Prager. Looking inside, they have their man, Eber. He leaves it just a bit short. It was a good shot with two defenders in his face, but just fell short. Classical was pumped with the rebound snagged by Reagan Lake.
What I like about Eber is he was posted up facing the ball there on the wing, and then Midland was fronting him, and when the ball came back to the top, he held that position, kept the defender on his backside, and he got that easy look there at the basket. Just didn't go for him.
Gabriel Beatty surveying the field, spins, stops, looking for his man, and now it's moving around the perimeter for Classical. Horzing trying to feed it inside to Miller. He'll lose it. And here comes Winton, feeding it to Prager on the right wing. Back to Winton, top of the keys. Looked like he was going to shoot, then puts it down, moves forward, shot, misses, rebound, Classical. Beatty taking his time, gets it to Miller. Right wing, Miller now driving, dishes it out to number 24. That was Beatty, and he will drive, and he's going to drop a basket and get the whistle. Number 24, Gabriel Beatty, with the chance at the three-point play.
Yeah, the help defense was there, just a little too late, but I like the idea of going to help on that penetration. That's the way defense needs to be played. You just got to be a little quicker on that rotation.
Substitution now in for the Bulldogs is number 12, Avery Levy. Beatty completes the three-point play. 7-6 now, lead for the Knights. As the Bulldogs look to the bench for some direction.
Yeah, Coach Zimmerman getting organized. They go with that 4-across set again.
This is Levy who just checked in. Now it's out to Eber. Eber spins, shoots. He's got it off the backboard.
Again, Midland tried to hedge and trap that ball screen, and it's not working out for him very well. Eber's had his way twice now.
Eber with 6 points quickly in this game. This is Miller standing on the right wing. Man on him, trying to create some spaces. Deflected, but into the hands of Corzine. And now a three-pointer from the corner. Misses, but the putback was there by Court Miller.
You never know what will happen when you get to the front of the rim as an offensive rebounder. A lot of times it'll drop right to you right there. It's the best way to be an offensive rebounder. Just get to the front of the rim from where you are. Nice closeout by number 13 there for Midland.
Winton works it back over to Prager. Prager looking for a screen, not quite there. Now inside to Schwaber. Schwaber's got the size advantage. 2 men on him, puts it up, misses, gets his own rebound, puts it back, and he's got it.
I like when a big man stays persistent, and that's what he did there to finish up. Got his own rebound and put it back up strong.
1:30 on the clock in the first period, 9-10. This is Beatty. And now it's over to number 13, Barrage. Back in the hands of Beatty. Barrage again into Corzine. This time it's number 13, Barrage taking it up. No luck, and back come the Bulldogs. Eber, nice move, rolls in and out, rebound Schwaber, but we're going to get a whistle.
Yeah, again, big man running to the front of the rim. There to rebound and get a putback. Good stuff. Eber's an aggressive player, too. He attacked the basket. I like it, like the way he plays so far.
Substitutions for the Knights. Checking in are number 12, Luke Elliott, and number 25, Andrew
Good defense, forcing Yavneh to take a timeout to avoid that 5-second count.
And we'll use this timeout to acknowledge some of our sponsors, beginning with the Waco Convention and Visitors Bureau, along with the Waco Sports Commission, proudly partner with TAPS to make Waco, Texas, the championship city for TAPS. Visit wacoheartoftexas.com for more local information.
TAPS is proud to use products from Wilson Sporting Goods, allowing our athletes to perform their best, and that's what Wilson has delivered for over 100 years. Learn more at wilson.com.
Staying organized is hard, but with Rank 1 Sport, you can build accurate rosters, track student eligibility, collect medical history, and manage online forms for parents. Rank 1 Health connects you with your healthcare provider. Visit rank1sport.com or rank1health.com to learn more. As we resume play here in the first quarter, that's a three-point attempt from the left corner. That was number 5, Jason Prager, off the mark. And now the Knights will take their time setting up the offense and coming back the other way.
That was a great box out for Midland by Rager Lay to get that rebound.
Court Miller, three-point shot from the right wing. 12-10 is our score. Eber dishes it off to Schwaber, but it's wrestled away by Classical. Here comes Miller, trying to create some space over on the left side.
Lay with his second rebound since he came in the game.
Elliott blocked.
Nice block.
Schwaber got one hand on it and just knocked that thing out of bounds.
It looks like he's about head and shoulders above everybody else out there, so he should have a few blocks today.
He's a big boy. Miller into Elliott and back to Miller, right corner. Now he'll bring it into the paint and misses. Rebound for the moment, Bulldogs, and they do secure it. Winton, Eber driving in traffic and gonna get the whistle and the basket. Great effort play by number 1, Jonah Eber.
He demonstrates a lot of physical strength there to be able to attack the basket that hard, get fouled that hard, and still get the ball up on the rim and put it in. That's a great job by Ebner. I'm going to go back to the baseline down at the other end for Midland. The man out of bounds came in and got the ball and attacked the basket from the rim. A lot of times that's possible for the man out of bounds because he's not guarded as closely as everyone inbound. So we'll see how that continues throughout the game. Ebner with a miss and a long heave.
After one period of play, we are all tied up at 12 here in Robinson. We've got a good one for you, and we'll be back in just a moment to bring you the second quarter.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
Start the second quarter. Yavneh will inbound at midcourt.
We're ready to go here in the second quarter. TAPS 3A state semifinal between Yavneh Academy of Dallas and Midland Classical Academy. This is Yavneh in black. That is Jonah Eber, who's having himself quite a game early, wearing number 1. Wide open look, Prager, left corner, misses. Rebound Classical, taken away now.
Tyler Winton did a good job of stripping the ball there. Really liked Ebner's penetration to the basket.
Classical coming the other way. Elliott wrestles it away eventually. Court Miller with the shot attempt, and I think we've got a foul here. That's going to be, who are they charging that to? Maybe number 3, Tyler Winton. So Court Miller, who had 9 points in that first quarter, goes to the line, knocks down the first.
Court really has a nice rotation on his shot. Beautiful. Love to see that rotation.
So that'll put the Knights up by 2. Prager to Eber for the Bulldogs. That's number 3, Winton. Into the big man, Schwaber. Winton now trying to shake off the defender. Here comes Eber into the paint, kicks it back out as the Bulldogs try and find an opening.
They're doubling the ball.
3 men around Eber. Somehow he gets the shot off. It's no good and rebounded by Classical. This is Court Miller driving left side, puts it up, misses. Rebound Bulldogs. That was Winton. Now he's got a man on the run. Benjamin Rael, and now it's in the hands of Eber. 3-point look from the left wing. No, that was number 3, Winton, with the attempt.
Great push up the floor, long pass by Yavneh, but a great defensive transition by Midland Classical to stop that easy opportunity.
And the coaching staff was on their feet saying, slow down, slow down. That was a 3-point attempt by Court Miller. Now a long pass, good transition. Strong shot by number 1, Eber, but no foul.
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought he got a little body there.
This is Court Miller now. Near the midcourt line, he'll dish it off to Beatty, and Classical will take their time.
Yep, Yavneh back in that 2-3.
Communication now between Beatty, Miller, and the bench, really, as we fall under 5:30 in the first half. This is Miller trying the right side, man in his face, gets the shot off, but it misses. Rebound, number 32, that's Corzine. Now Miller will put it back. He's having a great game.
Yavneh's got to cut out those second chance baskets, and in that case, third and fourth chance baskets.
Winton now moving from right to left as we go under 5 minutes in the first half. Eber shouting some directions. Looking for the screen, trying to feed it to Schwaber, who's got it for the moment. He's looking to pass. Now he's moving towards the paint, and he'll take it up. Nice finish.
Good up and under step through move. One of the patent moves for a post man to have. He executed it very well.
16-14 is our score.
Now we're seeing a 1-3-1 from Yavneh. Mixing it up a little bit, keeping Midland Classical confused. Well, that's what they're hoping for.
To Miller. Oh, nice steal. Right place, right time was number 5, Prager. He's got Eber looking for it. Long 3-pointer from the top off the backboard. And number 3, Tyler Winton with a big shot.
I heard him call glass, Gabe. I heard it from up here. He called glass. That was a good shot, though. Good. Gets his feet under him, takes a nice shot, bank it in. That's great. John wouldn't be proud of him.
17-16 with 4:02 on the clock here in the first half. Bulldogs with the lead. And now another word from our sponsors. NCSA Next College Student Athletes Recruiting Network connects over 2 million student athletes to more than 35,000 college coaches nationwide. Learn more and find your best college fit by visiting ncsasports.org.
Children's Health wants to keep your athlete playing strong, so the Children's Health Andrew Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine brings you expert pediatric care close to home. That's one way that Children's Health is by your side.
Well, we were expecting a close game, and it certainly delivered to this point. Halfway through the second quarter, it's a 1-point difference.
Yavneh's coming with a 1-2-2 press now. Oh, he missed the cutter.
That was Grant Barrage with the ball for the moment. Now it's in the hands of Beatty.
A little disorganized on defense now, coming off that 1-2-2.
Beatty for three, short. Rebound, Bulldogs. Eder all the way to Prager in the right corner. Now he's got a man right at the free throw line. It's Schwaber. He'll miss.
That was beautiful. Diagonal to the corner. Penetration on the hard closeout and finding the man at the top. Shot just didn't go for him. Good execution.
Beatty trying to direct traffic from near the midcourt line. Now they're trying to get it in to underneath, and it's going all the way back out. It's deflected out of bounds by the Bulldogs.
Yavneh tried to get down there and get that ball, Gabe. He really hustled. He was sprinting like a wild man there. That was awesome.
It's quite the hustle.
I love the hustle. I love it. 1-3-1 now by Yavneh again. Got to get it across, fellas.
Gabriel Beatty. Now he finds a man, and a long pass almost sails over the head of number 23, Reagan Lay, but it doesn't, and he's glad that he was able to pull that down because he took it to the paint and finished.
Yeah, a little bit out of control on that. That diagonal pass made against that 1-3-1 needs to go diagonal corner, but he decided he would penetrate instead, and it worked out just real fine for him.
18-17, Knights back on top. This is Winton to Eber. A little spin move, trying to create some space in traffic.
Nice
Dishes
help.
it out to Schwaber off the back rim.
That was great help defense there by Midland Classical. Stopped that penetration by Yavneh.
Beatty feeding it inside to Corzine.
One more.
Court Miller in traffic, and there it is to Corzine. This time he finishes. 20-17 is our score.
Good dissection of the defense there by Midland Classical to get that easy shot.
Driving is Prager, kicks it out to Winton for three. He's got it.
I think that young man needs to keep shooting it. He finally got one. I think he'll start hitting them now.
20-20, just like that, we're all tied up.
Good pass. Good pass, nice finish. Number 32.
Corzine with a
Corzine.
great shot.
Yep.
And back and forth we go.
That's a great game. I love it.
Just over a minute to play. The Bulldogs slowing things down. Prager to Eber.
Tell you, Midland Classical is really doing a good job. Number 23, Reagan Lay is doing a great job holding Yavneh down. They're going to have to find an answer for the big guy, though.
Mason Schwaber with
Schwaber
patiently moving, making his way towards the basket, turning around and shooting. Looks like a classic center there.
Yes.
Steal now by Schwaber. 30 seconds on the clock. Winton sending in signals.
I like Yavneh's patience.
All tied up. 15 seconds now. Eber takes a look at the clock, back at the bench.
Yeah, they've gone five wide for Yavneh.
Schwaber swings it out. There's the shot. It falls for number 14, Noah Ohayon.
You couldn't end the half any better offensively than that. Nice patience, get a good shot, finish the shot. It was well done. Good game.
24-22 in favor of the Bulldogs of Yavneh Academy of Dallas. And we'll be back with you on the other side of this halftime. Be sure to stick with us on TAPS TV and TAPS Radio. It's going to be a great second half. games, and now there's a tool to help you monitor and care for the health of your students. Rank 1 Health connects you to your healthcare provider with secure messaging, injury tracking, and reports, all built into one convenient application with industry-leading customer support. Visit rank1health.com to learn more. As we get ready to kick off the second half here in Robinson, a 2-point game between Yavneh Academy of Dallas, the Blue Dogs in black, and the Knights of Midland Classical Academy wearing white. It's been a great first half and sure to be a great second half. This is Court Miller being double-teamed at the moment, and now making his way to the basket is Elliott. Back to Miller. Nice look from the free throw line for number 25. That's Andrew Littleton. He knocks it down for the Knights.
Yavneh back in that 1-3-1. And Midland did a good job of attacking it.
I believe that was Winton Tyler on the last shot.
Oh, good deflection by Yavneh.
Court Miller with a big effort play to save that possession. And Beatty goes to the ground. It's going to be a blocking foul against number 13, Benjamin Rail.
That was, I don't know who did that, but that was great hustle to get that ball and throw it back full court to save the possession for Midland. Nice shot.
Three-pointer for Court Miller.
I think on offense, Yavneh ought to get it to Schwaber as much as they can, and they need to make sure their transitions of defense are solid. They get a little confused a couple times in the first half. And it looks like Midland is looks like they're going man-to-man again. I would suggest to them to not do the hedge and trap on the ball screens anymore. It looked like in the first half they'd already made that adjustment. And then they want to try to keep the ball out of Schrebner's hands if they can.
Winton now going to Schwaber. All the way across to Prager. Thought about a three. Now he'll put it down. Kick it out to Eber. Now driving is Benjamin Rael, and he'll go to the ground. It's a blocking foul against Classical.
That help defender has to be on the midline, front of the basket there, and he was there. He just was a little slow reacting to the penetration. The thing that didn't happen is the next man, who was number 25 for Midland, needed to be rotating down to the baseline. He didn't go there. That's called help the helper. They missed that rotation there.
First attempt is off the mark for Rayo. The second is good. All tied at 27. It's been a back and forth game. Beatty in the left corner with the man all over him, and now the ball is disrupted. Great play by number 3, Winton, and we get a jump ball.
It'll be Yavneh's ball.
Prager running points for the Bulldogs. Sending the signal, having it echoed by his teammates.
Yep, 4 across again.
Winton looking for some space, takes it into the paint. Now over to the left corner. Prager with a 3-point shot.
Great shot. Really nice. And right into that 1-3-1 extended press.
Way over to Beatty. He'll have an open look at a 3. Off the mark. Here comes Prager. And he'll slow it down, not having the numbers. Now to Winton, over to Eber. He'll dish it to Schwaber. Turns, looks, shoots, and he's got it. And now we've got they're calling for the medic. Looks like Prager hurt his ankle on that last play.
That was a heck of a shot there by Schwaber to get himself squared up to the basket as best he could and put the shot up on the glass. That was really a really fine effort.
Yeah, Prager is limping over to the far end of the bench where he can be tended to and getting his shoe off. He's been an important piece of this machine for the Bulldogs early in the first half. 3-point attempt is no good. Now it's coming back the other way by Court Miller. Misses. Eber Winton thought about it. Back to Eber. Into the paint he goes, and he'll be fouled. I believe that's going to be number 32, Caden Corzine, rung up.
I like the way Yavneh attacks the basket. He's strong with the basketball. He gets into the paint there and puts it up strong, takes the contact, still gets the ball up on the glass. Really nice.
First one falls for Eber. Now we'll have some substitutions for Classical. Checking in are number 13, Grant Barrage, as well as 23, Reagan Lake.
Reagan had a nice first half, hustling all over the place. And a timeout. Full timeout for Yavneh.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
Back to the court here in Robinson, and it will be Jonah Eber shooting his second free throw. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. That shot misses. And now the Knights have their opportunity.
There's a nice box out by Beatty there to get the rebound.
Pressure defense coming from the Bulldogs. Great defensive play.
Yes. One of the first defenders that teams often forget about is the 10-second count. I know when you set a press, you think about that, but it's usually not in the foremost of a player's mind. But it's one of the defenders you have out there, and they made full use of it that time. Good job by Yavneh.
Prager now. Apparently the ankle is okay. Schwaber, spin move towards the basket. Wow. Very nice.
What a nice spin move. Great footwork for a big man. Just really well done.
That's 10 points for Schwaber in this game. Winton reaching out and got a little bit too much of Miller there.
And what I see is Yavneh's press is really beginning to bother Midland Classical. They're starting to get in a hurry, get a little bit out over their skis, and that's not good. They need to settle down, get their composure back, and run some good sets.
Beatty feeding it in, and now it's back out to Miller with a great look at a three, but it doesn't fall. Winton now communicating with Eber. Eber's got it near the midcourt line. Now he'll try the left side. Over to Prager. Prager falls down. Is going to be called for traveling.
Looked like there they had too high in the post there at the free throw line. They wanted to get Prager a three-point shot, but didn't work out for him.
Miller way over to 23 Lay. He's in trouble. Now it's going to go back out to Miller, who made his way around to the left wing to Beatty. Beatty tangled up and somehow fights through that, finds himself with the ball again, puts it up just short.
Yeah, the Yavneh defense is really bothering Midland Classical.
Here comes Prager with Miller on him.
It looked like it could have been a charge.
Long three for Winton, off the mark. Rebound Classical. That was Lay that came away with it. This is Miller. knocked away, and more good defense by the Bulldogs. And we've got a timeout here to save that possession. 3:07 on the clock. 27-35 is our score in the third quarter. And as we begin to see a little bit of separation here in the third quarter, Coach, what's been different about this third quarter than the first two?
Yavneh's defense, no doubt. Just getting after Midland, and Midland's not handling it very well. They need to compose themselves and to get back under control and do a little better job. I will say that when Midland Classical makes a pass to the corner against that 1-3-1, they're making the diagonal to the other side of the court to the wing. That pass needs to go straight to the corner from there. That gentleman will that player will have a 3-point shot or an attack to the basket because of the way the defense is transitioning. But they're happy with just making the diagonal and trying to let that player do something with it. So that's one of the adjustments I would make if I were coaching Midland Classical. Talk about diagonal to corner.
And as we roll into the 3-minute mark, this is Winton. Finds Eber looking for Prager on the left side, who then tries to penetrate, kicks it back out for a 3-point attempt. That's no good. The attempt by Noah Ohayon. And now Court Miller slowing things down, looking to set up the offense.
Now for some unknown reason, Yavneh's gone to a 2-3 zone when the 1-3-1 was really bothering Midland.
Beatty looking for a man. Miller now trying to go inside, and that's going to be a reach. Noah Ohayon went over the back of, I believe it was number 13, Grant Barrage.
I think Midland said thank you for not showing that 1-3-1 for once.
So here's a throw in from Beatty. And we've got a timeout by Classical. We'll take one with you here in Robinson. We'll be back in just a moment.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
Back to the action here in Robinson. An 8-point differential on the board as the Knights look to chip away at that.
And Yavneh back to the 1-3-1, resulting in a turnover by Ebner and a bucket and a foul.
I think they heard you, Coach.
I would have never come out of that 1-3-1. I think he must have decided that during the timeout. That was great. That defense has really bothered Midland Classical.
Eber just a tough player. You see the effort, you see the strength.
Yep.
Not the biggest guy on the court, but often playing like it.
Oh, my.
Not that time. Leaves it a little short, and it'll go over to Classical.
Now they're going 2-2-1 full court press. Good.
Miller to Elliott. It's deflected by Winton. Just tremendous defense starting to blossom for the Bulldogs here in the second half.
Now Midland did everything right except that last pass.
Prager was all alone, decided to pull it down. Now some good defensive play by Court Miller for the Knights, and he's going to go coast to coast, trying to spark his teammates on.
I love the way he just burst out in great speed right to the basket, attacking the basket hard, finished with a nice layup.
It's now an 8-point game. The Knights looking for some defense of their own here.
I guess they're going to go for one shot. That's what Coach was signaling.
Schwaber had an open look from the corner but decided to pull it down. And now over the back is a nice defensive play by Elliott. All the way down with a second layup. Court Miller fighting hard to will his team back into this game.
You know, second layup in a row, attacking the basket hard.
6-point difference.
Got to love Court Miller's effort. He's really getting after it, doing the best he can.
45 seconds. Eber.
Court Miller is also tasked with guarding Jonah Eber, and that's no small task in itself. So he's exerting a lot of energy.
Eber has some room. Prager for three from the right wing. He's got it. Right on time is Jason Prager with a 3-point play.
Now the 2-2-1 full court press.
Here come the Knights. Beatty driving. Out to Miller. Can he do it again? No, off the rim. Rebound Bulldogs, and all alone after a strong pass. Prager is going to put two more on the board.
Great court vision by Winton to find Prager streaking the floor. That was awesome. Very well done. Great way to finish the quarter.
31-42, 8 minutes to decide this game, and it should be a good one.
With an injury on the court, we recognize Children's Health Andrews Institute for keeping our student athletes safe. Thank you, Children's Health Andrews Institute, for being on site today to care for our TAPS players.
As we get ready to get going here in the final quarter of the TAPS 3A state semifinal, it's a good time to relay a nice story coming out of Midland Classical Academy. Number 12, Luke Elliott, has a brother who plays not for Midland Classical, but for Midland Christian. Midland Christian, of course, playing in the 6A state semifinal later today at 8 p.m. versus John Paul II. So two brothers out of one city on two different teams, both playing for semifinal games to head to the state championship on the same day. I understand Daniel's here watching today, and of course Luke will return the favor later tonight. Doesn't happen all that often that way.
Same day, same court.
Here comes Classical after the missed shot by the Bulldogs.
Yavneh a little out of control on that possession. Not characteristic of them. They've been very under control the whole game. Court Miller again, attacking the basket. He says, I want to keep playing.
Yeah, Court Miller's trying to put this game on his back. Midland Classical, their girls team played on this court yesterday and punched their tickets to the state final. I think many of them are here in attendance. You can see them. Yeah, they're in their jerseys over on the other side.
Yep, sure are. The Court started as a freshman last year on this team, so he's making a pretty big impact as a sophomore right now on this game.
22 points for Court Miller.
Coach Miller said that the loss in the semifinal game last year, or the final game last year, really helped Court mature, and he's showing that here today. Oh, man.
Just out of the reach of Eder.
The unforced turnover there.
As we are right at the 7-minute mark.
I'd love to see Yavneh go back to that flex cut down on the baseline they scored with first with Ebner on the first play of the game. They haven't used that since.
Miller once
Miller
again.
yeah.
Three-pointer for Prager. He's got it again from the right wing.
Prager playing big and Miller playing like he's a senior, not a sophomore.
35-45. It's a toss-up. That time it's number 25, Andrew Littleton, knocking it down for the Knights. We've got another whistle.
Coach Zimmerman's wanting to slow down. Yavneh got a little bit out of control again. They need to just stay composed like they've been the whole game and just run their stuff.
So it'll be Prager with the throw-in. Far side of the court. He finds Winton. He'll drive, throw up. No. Now fighting for it. That was a great play to save it. Number 12.
Two great plays to try to save the ball. Schwaber, the big boy, getting out there and trying to get it back in bounds. Oh, great pass. Miller with a great pass to number 32, Caden Corzine, and he's finished going to the line for one. It was nice floor vision for Miller. Again, Miller's carrying his team right now, deep in the fourth quarter. A sophomore playing like a senior. I said it before.
Corzine with the chance to make this a 5-point game. Misses. Miller fighting for the rebound, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds in favor of the Bulldogs. (39-45), 5:45 on the clock. This is Winton. Over to Rail. He's got a man all over him and tries to playground trick it off of Beatty, and it works.
That's a playground trick that's good all the time. He shouldn't have picked up his dribble. He should have just kept his dribble. He wouldn't have been in that. Uh-oh.
Stolen. That's Littleton. Looking to pass Beatty. Oh, no.
He traveled going into that shot. Bless his heart.
I don't know if he was expecting to get the ball that quickly, but his momentum carried him maybe.
I know it's not taught much anymore. That's where the jump stop is helpful to help you avoid that travel, catch the ball, jump stop. Then you don't travel like that. But he's playing hard. He's doing the best he can.
Prager trying the left side. He'll dish it out to Eber. Back to Prager. Three-point shot. Left side this time. It falls short. Rebound. Corzine. Here come the Knights. Driven by guess who? Miller. It's poked away that time. Great play by Prager. Now he's got it back. And beautiful roll. He finishes. Jason Prager having a game. Eber all alone, and now
that 1-3-1 continues to bother Midland. They just have not found the answer to that defense.
All of a sudden, it's a 10-point game again. 4:43 on the clock. Timeout on the floor, and we're going to take a break.
Aiden loves playing baseball. He's in his element when he picks up a baseball bat.
When Aiden tore his ACL last year, we were all devastated. We didn't think that a 13-year-old could have a problem such as that.
Children's Health Andrews Institute for Orthopedic and Sports Medicine not only repaired Aiden's ACL, but they gave him the knowledge and skills to prevent any future injuries.
Now, less than a year later, he's back to hitting homers and doing phenomenal.
Resuming play with 4:40 on the clock. The Knights find themselves in a 10-point hole. Trying to battle out of it has been Court Miller all day long, but he steps on the line that time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks, but that's not the way to break the 1-3-1. He needed to make a back pass there to the unguarded teammate over here on this side of the floor, and so they could attack from that side. Tough to break the press dribbling.
And now a quick foul by number 25, Andrew Littleton. Of course, the Bulldogs will be happy to take their time. Prager had Winton cutting to the basket, but didn't quite see him or wanted to take more time off. Now it's stolen by Miller. Winton wanted a foul, doesn't get one. Now he's got his man underneath Corzine trying to feed it to Elliott, has it swatted away. Miller comes up with it. Wide open look for Beatty. He's got it from the left wing, number 24, Gabriel Beatty.
Well, out of a scramble, they make something good happen. Whoa, that's got to be intentional.
The ref's having a little word, trying to calm things down.
That should be an intentional foul. But it's not.
7-point game after that 3-point shot by Beatty. And you know the Knights are dying for a stop here. Seeing if they can make this thing really interesting once again.
You got to admire the way Midland Classical's hanging in there. They continue to battle.
So here's the inbound. It's number 0, Tom Oster. Oster has it now, trying to feed it to the big man. Can't do it. Stolen by Classical. Miller was trying to come away with it, and I think they're going to rule a foul. I'm not sure if it's going to be on Schwaber or Oster.
Yeah, that's a foul there that should never happen. Opponent gets a rebound, get back. Especially when you have the lead, you don't want to foul down there. Just stops the clock. The clock right now is part of your enemy.
Miller to Beatty. Taking their time, making sure they get the play they want. Now Miller's driving. He's going to dish it off to Corzine, but it's blocked by number 14, Noah Ohio, with a big stop. And on the other end, Prager over to finish.
What a spin move by Prager, and what a great pass to find him.
Miller for 3. Misses. Rebound. And that's number 25, Andrew Littleton, with the basket.
Littleton in there banging the offensive glass really hard. So the plan by Midland is to foul now. So they're sending Yavneh to the line.
44-51, 3:18 on the clock. That'll put Tyler Winton at the line. Tyler's got 8 points for the Bulldogs today.
He's shooting a 1-and-1 here.
Hits the first. Grant Barrage will check in for the Knights.
Yeah, you see the official right now talking to number 24 for Midland, Gabriel Betty. You're not allowed to, he's clapped his hands right before the shot was taken. You're not allowed to do that on free throws. I was wondering if they saw it.
Rebound Bulldogs. Second rebound Bulldogs. And now the foul once again. Winton will go back to the line.
That offensive rebound there should never happen, especially when they only had one guy down there, I think. Maybe I saw it wrong, but they got to get their baseline box out strong.
Winton hits the first.
They're going to stretch it back out to a 10-point lead here if he makes this.
And the second. 11 points.
And Yavneh staying with the 1-3-1. Good plan.
This is Elliott. Gets it to Beatty now. Miller, he'll drive, take it up. No. Rebound. Now Miller knocks it away again. Bulldogs come down with it. Quick foul by Miller. Once again, it'll be Winton.
I don't know if they want Miller to foul out of the game. I don't think that would be a good move on their part. They need to keep him in the game. His energy is the only thing that's carrying him right now.
So the one-on-one with 2:49 on the clock and a 10-point game. Tyler Winton hits the first.
They keep hitting free throws like this. Fouling them may not be the best medicine, but that's the only thing they really have left that they can do. If they can't score, they got to do something to try to keep the clock stopped and give them a chance.
And now 13 points for Tyler Winton. Jonah Eber with the Bulldogs also with 13. And Jason Prager leading all scorers for his team with 15.
Yeah, Prager's played a phenomenal game. Lots of hustle, great shooting, great passing, some spectacular moves at the basket.
Court Miller somehow manages to keep that ball alive all the way through the paint, throws it up and scores. That was a great play.
I don't know how he got through all those people to get there, but he did.
Now pressure on Winton. Trying to get it away. Beatty now trying to swat it away. Into Miller, turns and shoots a three. He's got it from the top of the key.
Shot. What a great steal and shot.
29 points now for Court Miller.
Man,
it's a 7-point game.
Composure here.
Miller again. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yavneh has got to get a timeout and calm down. From 10 points down to 4 points, from 4 points down in no time. Less than 20 seconds.
12 points in the fourth quarter, most of those in the last minute and a half or so. 32 points on the day, and out of nowhere, we have a 4-point game.
Yavneh lost their composure. You got to stay composed. You can't get in with Midland picking up full court. You got to stay composed and not let that rush you. But they've been rushed, and look where we are. Good job by Midland. Got to give them credit for their hustle and scrappiness.
I mean, let's take it back to that last 2-point basket. Even before those 2 threes, it seemed like there were 3 or 4 defenders getting a hand on that ball, and somehow Court Miller was able to keep it alive and put the shot up.
Yeah, you're right. He shouldn't have been able to get all the way to the basket. There should have been some help there, but it looked to me like the Yavneh players without replay were just all standing and reaching. If you're not moving your feet on defense, you're not going to be able to get in front of the ball handler and turn him one way or the other. And he just went right through him like a knife through butter and scored, and then comes back with 2 threes on the backside of that. It's incredible.
It's an 8-0 run just for Court Miller.
Yeah. Like I said, they can't afford to have him fouling people. They don't want him out of the game. They need him in the game.
2:01 on the clock.
And now Midland picking up full court.
And now here's the quick foul by Beatty. Coach?
I don't know if I like that. You're down 4 with 2 minutes left. I think I'd let it play through and see if we could do something on the half court defensively. But we'll see. Who knows? Coach Miller's probably far smarter than I am.
Benjamin Ryle hits the first. And the second.
Yavneh's going to come off this with their 2-2-1, see if they can disrupt. Take some time off the clock. Keep Miller bottled up, but he's going to go all the way down and score. Or try to.
And that's in favor of the Bulldogs.
Again, Miller drove all the way to the basket with really no pressure. It really shouldn't happen, but it turned out well for Yavneh.
1:48 on the clock. And if you're going to foul, you have to imagine it can't be Miller.
I wouldn't think.
So back to the line we go.
Prager back to the line.
And you see the 4-man huddle over at midcourt for Yavneh. Prager misses the first.
As I said in the first game, I like this where there's nobody there risking the over the back on a free throw, and they've already got their press set. That's good stuff for Yavneh.
Prager misses both. Time running out for the Knights. From the corner, misses. Now putting it back up is Littleton. Big shot.
He's right there at the front of the rim. Oh, look at this pass. Prager's going to score again. Nice pass by Court Miller. What great court vision.
54-60. 1:12 on the clock, and we'll get a timeout.
I noticed that one of the Midland coaches is telling one of the players he needed to get in the middle of the floor, and he's absolutely right. They're staying too wide on that press break, and they need that middle release. They need a back pass, which is between the guards, and the guard that's the back pass has to be behind the ball, not in front of the ball or parallel to the ball. And the man in the middle, wherever he receives it from, he should continue the diagonal to the man that's diagonal to him across the court. But they haven't had that man in the middle, so that'd be something they could look at maybe. Of course, you have to practice that stuff to be able to execute it. Now, I've never been in a Midland Classical practice, but I'm sure they do a good job.
Two very competitive quarters of basketball. The third quarter saw Yavneh Academy of Dallas start to pull away, but Classical has come storming back here in the fourth to keep this thing interesting. A 6-point game now.
I actually thought the game was over because Yavneh had Midland in such a scramble, and then Court Miller said, not yet.
Yeah, I think we said earlier in the game he was putting the team on his back, and that was before we'd even seen the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
1:12.
They've saddled him up, and they're riding him pretty hard. They desperately need a bucket here, though.
Gabriel Beatty to who else? Court Miller. Turns it over to Prager. He was trying to dish it to Littleton. Littleton with a quick foul will send Prager back to the line.
As Court Miller matures, he'll learn that penetration right there, instead of trying to drop it off, it could be a little pull-up jump stop right there short of the basket. That would be a better serve than turning the ball over there. But he'll learn that as he continues to play. He's going to be a fine player. Got 2 years left in high school. Prager with the first free throw. And Prager makes the second.
19 points for Prager in this game, and now Yavneh has only to hold on for
There's
just
that
over a
middle
minute.
pass for Midland. Good job.
That's Corzine with the basket.
Corzine battling, and Littleton keeping it alive. That was a double dribble. Yep, good call. Man, they're just in too big a rush, Yavneh is. They have a lead. Just play like it. 47 seconds. Take care of the ball.
45 seconds now. Miller double covered. Going for the steal was Winton. And now a whistle. That basket did not count, unfortunately, for Classical fans.
Yeah, Midland would have liked that to have been a no call, given the result of Miller's shot.
So going to the line for a 1-and-1 is the freshman Reagan Lay for Classical. .35 seconds. And there's the foul by Littleton.
I was going to say, when Reagan Lay was at the line, that's a lot of pressure for a freshman. Close game, you're at the line, you got to make the free throw, both of them, to help your team have a chance, and you got to know you got to pick up, and who knows what all was going through his mind. Unfortunately for him, he missed the shot, but he's played a nice game. Should be proud of himself as a freshman. He's contributed some good things that aren't written about in the paper.
Second attempt falls for number 13, Rael. (56-63). 30 seconds. Off the mark. And now Bulldogs trying to just pass it around. There was the foul, and we'll go back to the line. Closing moments of the game, 22 seconds on the clock. It's all academic for Yavneh.
Yeah, I would say that they should put Ebner back and no fouls. No fouls.
Well, we mentioned Yavneh lost to Midland Classical last year in the semifinal round, and now they are less than 23 seconds away from repaying that favor. 4 starters coming back on this team. They left last year's tournament with a chip on their shoulder. They challenged themselves to take the next step and get better. And it looks like they have. That was Noah Ohayon knocking down the basket. 64-56. And the celebration beginning for the Bulldog fans.
If you're winning, this is always a great time of the game, and if you're losing, it's just heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching. Tell you what, Schrader's played a nice game for Yavneh. Big man, nice moves around the basket, good footwork. Actually was impressed with his perimeter defense. Didn't say anything earlier, but he had to come out away from the basket several times, and he was down in great defensive position, moving his feet. It was nice to watch.
And now you see most of the starters taking a seat for the Bulldogs. Schwager wasn't done scoring. 66-56 as we dribble it out. 10 seconds here in Robinson. Hats off to Midland Classical Academy for a tremendous season. We're going to get one more stoppage here.
Yeah, at least they're not giving up. I mean, they're still fighting. They really don't have a chance, but you got to admire the guts to keep trying.
Midland Classical played well throughout these playoffs. A 26-point win versus Heritage Christian Academy. Then they defeated Texoma Christian School by 22. And played a terrific game here today, just falling short.
It's been a very entertaining game. A lot of good plays by both teams.
It's number 2, Elijah Klein, knocks down both, and that is the final buzzer. Yavneh Academy of Dallas is headed to the state championship. They will play Rose Hill Christian School, another very talented team. And that game will be tomorrow at 8 p.m. So be sure to tune in to TAPS Radio and TAPS TV. That should be a fantastic state championship 3A game.
Yeah, and on an individual level, Jacob Anderson against Ebner. Jonah Ebner. That'll be interesting to watch how those two, if they get to match up defensively or offensively, whatever. That should be fun to watch those two perform in that game tomorrow.
Still plenty of basketball coming our way right here from Robinson. Up next, we have Macedonia Christian Academy versus Robert M. Barron Academy as we get the 1A boys state semifinals underway. After that, we'll have Trinity School of Texas versus Canterbury Collegiate Academy, the second of our 1A games. And we'll close the day out with our two 5A semifinal games, Lutheran South Academy versus Westbury Christian, and Legacy Christian Academy out of Frisco versus Faith Christian School. Still a lot of fantastic basketball coming your way from Robinson. Coach, final thoughts on this game?
I thought it was well played by both teams. I think Yavneh's defense did enough to scramble the Midland Classical team into some turnovers that really hurt them and allowed Yavneh to pull away. Back to the 3A or the 5A that you mentioned, Lutheran South was in the final last year against Legacy Christian, which we'll see in the semis today, and ended up losing to them. So anyway, that's going to be fun the rest of the day. But this was a great game. I was really impressed with Court Miller, with Prager on Court Miller for Midland, and for with Ray Prager and Ebner from Yavneh. I thought they did a great job. It was a good team effort.
And with that, we'll send you down for the continuation of the medal presentations for Classical. It's been a great game. Tip of the hat to the Knights for a fantastic season. And with that, we'll send you away. We'll see you here in approximately 30 minutes for our next game.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to recognize the state finalists, Yavneh Academy Bulldogs. They will play 8 o'clock tomorrow. They will play 8 o'clock tomorrow night at West High School. Wish you the best of luck in your search for a state